Hi, everyone. I am just waking up and I'm having my morning brew, and I wanted to touch base on a subject that I've been thinking about regarding Facebook mob mentality. And, basically, the mob mentality is when you have how large groups of people, like when large groups of people get together, how they can influence behavior um, by pushing emotional buttons. So through emotions, they can influence behavior versus you know, um, reacting from a rational place. And it is so interesting. So I experienced this and I've been analyzing it. Especially if you're an empath and you're super sensitive, like I'm really sensitive being, like, but I'm also really strong. So like I'll feel into things, but then I always retreat into my own space. And this mob mentality kind of reminds me of high school. And I get threatened at high school a lot with that sort of thing. So, I moved around a lot and I went to different high schools. And um, like these groups in high school, like there would always, there's like the preppy group, and then there's like the alternative group, and then, there's like the total rogues, like let's say the druggies, and then there's like the super nerdy group or whatever, the artsy group. There's all these different groups that would, that if you kind of go into and you participate in their circle, they would want you, and this was like ubiquitous, like it was all around, like they would want you to stay in their clique. And then if you moved outside of that clique for too long, like the rule was like you weren't allowed to go hang out with people in a whole bunch of different cliques and then just kind of dabble back in. Especially with the girls, like the guys had more freedom, but or go hang out with the people in the lower grades or the upper grades. And if you did, then they would call a meeting basically to let you know that you were kicked out of the group because you were hanging out with too many different groups and they wanted you to be loyal to their group. And and even on the internet, I noticed that it's the same thing. Like on Facebook, you have all these Facebook, like these different groups that you can go into, and they all kind of share certain belief systems. And as soon as you step outside of that, they're like, they want to like attack you. They're like, no, that's not what we believe in here. Get the heck out, and go find your other group, or the group that resonates with you the most. But this is like this mob mentality is really dumbs us all down. Like we want to move around and spend time in a lot of different arenas in order to keep our minds very sharp and not fall into the trap of being controlled emotionally from a certain group, from that mob mentality within that group. So I just wanted to kind of bring this into awareness and let everybody know that there are, just like high school, there are tons of bullies on the internet, like people that aren't even sort of sitting back and formulating ideas and presenting them in taking themselves seriously and presenting themselves and their ideas out to the world. They kind of just sit on the periphery and then sort of like poke at people that are walking into the arena and sharing themselves. So so you really have to know kind of like who to keep a distance from and who to engage with, because there are certain people that are really working together from different groups, but still listening and then working together and playing off of each other's ideas in a very healthy way. And then you have the groups that are not, that are just sort of all there kind of like in their own emotional turmoil, just like looking to trigger each other in this sort of mob mentality. So big props for everybody that's out there and that are actually, sharing their ideas. You guys rock my world, because I know it's not easy, but there is a lot of influence that we have on the internet, and sharing on the internet right now. This is like the fastest, networking highway to communicate ideas. And so keep on keeping on, and yeah, and know how to shield and know how to protect, and know how to unravel from different groups, and never sell out. Never sell out. Um, always keep on coming back to your source, your center, um, and then do your thinking from there. You know what I mean? And don't let anybody kind of push you into thinking a certain way, or um, having you feel something so that you start believing certain things, because our emotions can control us very easily. So, just sharing this message for all of you, and it's TJIF, wishing you all a beautiful Friday. Peace out.